welcome to ARC's YouTube channel. My name is Sue. I will take you through a yin-yang practice today. Now the intent of this practice is to really nurture yourself, to rejuvenate the body, the mind, the spirit, and to bring balance into our energies. Although the practice can be done any time of the day, it's really designed to be done in the morning when your body is stiff and you're just waking up. So we're going to start with some Yin poses, longer held poses, and then we're going to build some energies through movements, through flow, so that you can take that into your day. So let's get started. So for props, which may help you get into the pose, either a block if it's available to you, and if not, then you can stack a couple of books. I'm using a bolster. However, a couple of couch pillows will do just fine. And you may consider using a strap if it's available. If not, just use a belt or a tea towel, an old t-shirt, anything like that. You may also not wish to use a strap. So our first Yin pose will be deer pose. So you're going to step your right shin forward so it's parallel to the mat, to the front edge of the mat. And then the back foot, I'll do the opposite so you can see. And the other leg is parallel to the edge of the mat. So I'll come back here. So we also call this 90-90 pose. So we're just going to start with a bit of a stretch here. So settle into your pose. Take your left arm across to the right thigh. Sit up nice and tall, and then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Now your right hand can be down to the mat, to the floor, or you can even elevate it onto a block. So try to create some space, as much space between your shoulder and your ear. And then take your chin off your chest. Move around until you find that sweet spot. Very good. So from here, we're going to move into our first Yin stretch. And I'm going to use a bolster for this. So again, your stacked pillows will do just fine. So we're going to come into a twist pose. So align your chest over the center of your support, and then lay your chest down. And then bring your right ear onto your bolster. If you're looking for a little bit more resistance, then look the other side. Bring your left ear towards. And look to the left. Allow your shoulders to be heavy. So I invite you to receive from your pose today. So right now, begin to receive your breath. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. So our Yin poses, typically we hold for around 3 minutes, but because this is a hybrid class, we actually hold for around 90 seconds. And that's why I'm using my phone just as my timer here. So when you first wake up in the morning, your body's dehydrated. Your fascia, which is your connective tissue where they reside, they're really stiff, and your joints are really tight, and that includes your knees, your hips, your shoulders. So by stressing our connective tissue, that means lengthening, stretching them out, we actually allow for fluids to move more freely, to lubricate the joints, and to give us some mobility, some range of motion. Slowly bring yourself out of this pose. So take your hands under your shoulders. And now you may need your prop behind you for this one. Now the right leg that's facing forward, extend it forward and bring your left knee forward as well. So we're going to recline. This is called half saddle pose. So you don't sit onto your left heel. And then you can just recline back onto your hands. And just stay here. I'm just going to start our timer again. Now you may choose to recline onto your elbows. And you may choose just to recline back on your support. You may choose not to use any support and rest your spine all the way down onto your mat. Now for some people, this is a very intense stretch in the connective tissue of the fascia of your left thigh muscle. So if this pains your knee, another option for this pose actually is to come into a prone position. And then to reach back to your foot, again, if you have a strap, that can be helpful. And then just gently draw your heel in towards your glutes, towards your butt. So either one works. And you never want to force a stretch. Just allow the stretch to gradually come to you. Relax your face, your jaw. Let the corners of the eyes just fall towards your cheekbones, your ears. Slowly bring your hands under your shoulders. And let's move into your next pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. Now take your hands behind your hips and then lift your hips and just scoot your hips slightly further back. So your hips are slightly tilted. Take your hands to your toes, maybe move your heels in a bit. Now we have some choices here. You may just stay in that upright position and allow your knees to fall open. Just like an open book to the side. You may choose to take your hands behind you and extend your spine forward. You may choose to extend your arms forward and then maybe bow your head. You may choose just to hold on to your toes and allow your elbows to rest into your inner thighs. So find an edge. We want to bring balance to efforts. And then we're going to balance that by surrendering. So find some mild discomfort. And see if you can actually stay in this pose. Notice maybe areas where you're really tight. And just bring some breath, some awareness into that area. And as you exhale, see if you can let go of that tightness, the tension. Without forcing your pose to look a specific way. accepting what is and having faith in what will be. Slowly bring yourself out of this pose. And this time I'm going to come deer pose with your left shin forward, parallel to the front edge of the mat. And then your right shin parallel to the edge of your mat. So we're going to start with our twist. This time the right arm on the outside of your left thigh. So your left hand can rest right down onto your mat or onto a block, and just drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Begin to take your chin off your chest and just bring it into a place where there is sensation. Your eyes can be closed or eyelids just heavy. Let the breath come, let the breath go. Let's release this, coming into our twisting pose now. So you're going to bring your bolster onto the side. You're going to place it vertical or horizontal, that is, or vertical to you. Drape your chest right into the center of the bolster or onto your support. Start onto your left ear and notice how that feels for you. Is the sensation strong enough that you'll be able to hold it for 90 seconds? And if not quite there, then lift the head and bring your right ear onto your support. So we find an edge, and then we hold in stillness for a little bit of time. Now it's very normal, especially when we practice first thing in the morning, you'll bump up against resistance. But know that your breath is your pathway through this resistance. Use your breath just to awaken your body and stretch your connective tissue. Just let your shoulders hang heavy onto your support. Try not to hold on to any thoughts. Anything that you have planned for the day, just be present to what is. Take your hand under your shoulders and then slowly rise off your support. This time your left leg will extend forward and bring your right knee forward. So you're not sitting onto your heels. You may want to bring support behind you. You may not. Begin to recline back. And your left leg is very relaxed. You don't want to activate any muscles here. Maybe climb onto your elbows. Maybe stay here. Maybe lower all the way down. And again, please listen to the wisdom of your body. If it's too much into the knee, come into your prone, onto your belly, and just bend the leg and just bring it towards you. Find a place of calmness and an easeful flow of breath. Breath flow naturally in and out of your nose. nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, being with that sensation. Holding on to nothing. Letting go of everything. Take your hands or your forearms and then onto your hands, and then slowly release yourself from this pose. For our next pose, you'll make a diamond shape with your legs. So it's not about stretching the connective tissue of the inner thighs. This will be more so stretching the connective tissue from your lower back across the hips and all the way through the back body. So again, I like to lift my hips and then release my hips just a little further back so my pelvis is tilted forward. Again, many options here, maybe sliding your hands under your shins and then holding on to whatever is available to you. You can also hold on to your toes on top of your feet as opposed from within, from under. You can always bow your head down. Release your chin towards your chest. Allow your knees to open, your pelvis to be heavy. Allow magic to occur from the inside out. Just be as opposed to do. Be in silence. Stay connected with your breath, creating a gentle ebb and flow. Maybe your torso will become heavier with time. So you can get into a deeper state into this pose. Release your hands from wherever they are and just shake out your legs. So we're going to move now into more of the yang portion, so creating movement, flow, and some energies. So from here, let's start into our tabletop pose. So spread your fingers wide, knees under your hips, shoulders under your wrist. We're going to start with cow pose. So drop your belly, lift your tail, lift your chest to open up through your throat. On the exhale, drop your head, drop your tailbone, tuck the chin to your chest, and then hollow through your navel. Now breath to movement. Inhale, cow pose. And then exhale, round to the back, cat pose. Inhale. Just do a few more with your own breath. Starting to create some energies here through your spine. Now let's pause into our cow pose. Drop your belly, lift the heart. And now pull your hips back and extend your arms forward. Now release your forehead to the ground, child's pose, but an extended version. So come high on the pads of your fingers so your elbows are off the mat. Take a full breath here right into your side body. Stretch your spine. From here, we're going to come standing onto your knees. Sweep your arms high. Lengthen through your side waist. Lift your gaze. Exhale, use your core muscles here to come back into your child. So bow down, forehead down, fingers tented. Cow pose, inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the tail. Exhale, round the spine, shoulder blades wrap around your ribs. We're just going to add on here. Walk your hands to the front of your mat, and then release your hips right between your elbows. Cobra pose. Find the tops of your feet. Recruit the muscles of your back, and then pull your chest off the floor. Now tuck your 10 toes under. We're gonna pull back onto your knees as though you're pulling back into a child's pose, but then lift your knees off the mat, and then bring yourself into your down dog. Now just using your hands and your feet, and then feel free to pedal through the legs. Shake your head yes and no if there's any stiffness there. Maybe rock your hips side to side. And then just settle into a little bit of stillness. Spread your fingers and press down through the thumbs, the index, the 10 knuckles. Arms are straight. Bring your biceps towards your ears. And then draw your chest back towards your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. So we're going to do a little bit of a reverse flow here. Come forward into your high plank. Body is strong and long. Drop onto your knees. Lower right between your elbows all the way down onto your belly. Find the tops of your feet. Press into your hands. Low, medium, cobra. Tuck your toes under, pull back onto your knees, and then child's pose. Stand onto your knees, inhale, sweep your arms up. Take a gentle back bend if it's available to you. Exhale, child's pose, bow down. Forehead down, arms extend forward. Cow pose, inhale, draw the heart forward, open the throat. Exhale, cat pose. One more time, cow pose. And downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift the hips, pull them back. This time come high on your toes, and then walk your feet to the front of your mat. Hip width distance. Land your fingers on your shins. Come into a flat back. Crown of the head leads forward, heart lifts, belly's lifted. Exhale to forward fold. Bend your legs lots. Option to come into a ragdoll, where your hands are just resting into the inner elbows. And begin to feel some weight into the pads of your toes so your hips can align over your heels. Navel to spine. Release, take your hands back onto your shins, flat back. Heart pulls forward, spine is long, hips pull back, navel to spine. And then exhale, bow over your legs. Chin to chest, we're going to roll round, and then we're going to restep one vertebrae at a time, coming up for your mountain pose. At the top of the mat, arms forward, palms forward, find your feet. Now find the four corners of your feet and begin to make your legs strong. Draw pubic bone to navel so you feel your tailbone drop, and then lengthen from navel to chest. Inhale, sweep your arms over your head. Let's just greet the day. Soften through your knees, leading with your heart forward fold. Half sun salutation. Take flat back, inhale, long through your spine, look forward. Exhale, bow over your legs. Bend your legs, reverse swan dive. Sweep your arms all the way up. And let the hands gather now to your heart center. Move again, press into your feet. Find your highest mountain. Exhale, swan dive, arms wide, palms down. Head is heavy and it's low. Take flat back, inhale. Bend the legs, plant the hands, step the right foot back, drop your right knee down, untuck your toes. Now hips are forward, pelvis heavy. Inhale, extend your arms. Create a sensation here through the legs. Exhale, hands to earth, tuck your toes, lift the knees, step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Pull your chest back, drop your head between your arms. Now inhale, come forward into your high plank. Drop onto your knees, exhale, lower down with your out breath. There's no rush to get here. Press down, inhale. Pull the heart through, drop your shoulders down. And then tuck your toes, pull your knees back, downward facing dog. Bend your legs, bring your right foot through to the hands. If it needs a help, grab the ankle and help it along. Drop your left knee, untuck your toes. Again, heavy into your pelvis, center it. Squeeze your knees, create that sensation through the base. And then inhale, pull your heart up and then gently back. Pulling out of your lower back. Pressing down to the tops of your left toes, the top of the foot. And then exhale to forward fold. Hands to the earth, tuck your toes, step in and fold. Take flat back, long through your spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, bow. Bend your legs, root down, rise high. Hands gather to your heart center. Sun Salutation A. Inhale, rise. Exhale, empty your lungs, nice and slow. Flat back, pull the heart forward, lengthen the spine, bend both legs, plant the hands, step both feet back, high plank. Make your body strong. Navel to spine. Inch forward, drop onto your knees, lower down as you exhale. Inhale, press down, lift high. Tuck your toes, pull your hips back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, take a breath out. This time come high on your toes. You can walk or gently hop your feet to the front of your mat. Take flat back and bow. Bend your legs, root down, rise high, mountain pose. This time bend your legs and come into a chair pose. So hips pull back and then drop them down. Now draw that pubic bone to navel and you feel your hips drop. So your lower back is a neutral pose here. Weight is into your heels, feel buoyancy through your toes, heart is lifted, you're breathing, you're alive. And then exhale, fold through your center. Take a flat back, inhale. Bend the legs, this time step the right foot back, low lunge. So align, knee over ankle, back leg is straight, but if you need to keep a bend in it, that's okay. Coming up for Crescent Pose. So strong into the legs and then reach your arms over your head. Now generously bend the right knee. You're gonna feel your hips move forward. And that's what you want. So providing your hips stay forward, then you can reassess the back leg. Maybe straighten it and maybe not. So bring the elbow tips forward and upper arms back into the shoulder socket. Take a nice breath in. We're going to come into an open arm twist. So you're going to take your left arm behind your right arm comes forward. So stay vertical through the spine, shoulders above hips. Now the back arm can rest onto your lower back if you wish. Try to resist for that hip to move too far back or too far forward. So you want to keep it level. So take a full breath in, and as you exhale, just take your right fingers and tap the floor inside your left foot. And then come back into your twist. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, rise. So really using your core muscles here to do this action. Exhale one more time. Tap down. And rise. Beautiful. Now release the left hand down onto your right thigh and lift the right arm up. Now your balance may be maybe a little bit off or challenged here. So just adjust your legs. You may choose to look up or look down. So there's a bit of a twist and a back bend in this pose. Take another breath in. On the exhale, hands to earth, step the right foot in to meet the left, either hip width distance or inner edges touch. Take flat back, inhale, and then exhale to bow over your legs. Now bend the legs, take chair pose from here. This time let's cactus your arms. So pull your elbows back. So draw a pubic bone to navel, feel that tailbone descend. Beautiful, heart is lifted. Come up to mountain pose, inhale, and then exhale, forward fold. Take flat back, inhale, bend the legs, this time your left foot steps back. So setting up for crescent pose. So you don't want to be on a tight rope, you may want to walk your right foot a little wider. Root down, and let's begin to rise. Bend your left knee, feel your hips lift. Stay or adjust the back leg to straight. Bring the tips of your elbows forward, draw navel to spine, keep length through your side body. Dive into your front knee. Now we're going to twist to the right side, so right arm pulls back, left arm pulls forward. Maybe gaze back. Square the hips. Crown of head lifts. Spread your fingers wide. Take a full breath in. Do a bit of a flow again. Take your left fingertips down inside of your right foot. And then slowly rise. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Again, inhale. Yes, you are working hard. You're building that energy. Exhale, stay. Release the right hand, either small of your back, the back of your left leg. Lift the left arm up. Now, if balance isn't there for you and you get wobbly, you fall out, well, guess what yogas do? We come right back into it. Take another breath in, and then release both hands to the earth. Step the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. Take flat back. Exhale, bow. This time, chin to chest, roll on up one vertebrae at a time. So moving into some balance pose, shift your weight into your left foot. Reach your arms over your head, and then lift your knee, your foot into one-legged mountain pose. Now take your hands to your heart, and then set up for your tree pose. You can either bring it to your shin, or inner thigh. Now press firmly to the standing leg. Lay your roots deep. And then maybe open your arms, your branches. Bring yourself back into your one-legged mountain pose, knee lifted. And from here, you're going to take that right hand to the inside of the foot or the outside if it's not available to you. Now, this is where you can use a strap if you wish. And you can just loop the strap. Do it from here to the top of the foot. And then you can come into your dancer's pose from here. So with or without a strap. Now you can stay upright or you can slowly begin to hinge forward. Now the catalyst in the pose is to kick your foot back into your hand or into the strap and bring your shin back, which is more important than lifting your leg higher. And then let's release. So shake it out, and then we'll move on to the left side, or onto the other side. Shifting your weight to your right foot. Inhale, extend your arms, one-legged mountain pose. And then set up for your tree pose. Hug in, press down, reach high. And try not to label this side as being better or worse than the other. It is what it is. Arms wide, knee up. Again, begin to pull your knee back and grab the inside or the outside of your foot. Right arm reaches high. And on the exhale, either stay or begin to hinge forward. Again, the use of a strap is great as well because it helps you actually get deeper into your pose. Invite the wobbles. Let your practice teach you something. And then let's release. Beautiful. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bow over your legs. Lift the heels. Bend the legs, drop the hips. Lift the heart. Maybe bring your palms to touch. And then slowly release all the way down. Take your hands behind you, lift your seat. And you're going to take your left ankle across the right thigh and then release your hips back down. Now adjust your front heel. Arms, so you're going to feel some sensation in the outer left hip. Your foot is flexed here. So coming into a seated twist, many options here. You can either extend the leg and plant the foot, or just bend the bottom leg and bring your heel towards your hip. And then plant the left foot, left butt cheek. We're going to twist to the right side. Draw your left knee into your chest. Take your left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, begin to twist towards the left. Gently pulling your left ribs, your left shoulder back. So again, sit up nice and tall with the inhale. And then exhale, twist a little deeper. And then let's release this. Unfold the legs, hands to your hips, fingers front facing, lift the hips. This time, right ankle over left thigh. Settle your hips back down, and then just reset the foot and find that sweet spot here. So sensation into the outer right hip, grounding down through your sitting bones. Foot is flexed, right knee open. Maybe just gently drawing your heart towards your shin. Let your shoulders melt onto your back. Again, moving into our seated twist, option to extend the leg or just to bend the bottom leg. Plant your right butt cheek, your right foot, hug your knee into your chest. Always have that option to hook your elbow. Kickstand your right hand this time. Inhale, grow tall. And then exhale, twist to the right side. So the twist comes from the ribs, comes from the midsection, your navel. It doesn't come from forcing the neck. So inhale, create some space. And as you exhale, move into that space. And then slowly release. Plant your feet. Release the arms forward and then slowly release all the way down onto your mat. Bring your heels under your knees. So you're just grazing your heels. So coming into your bridge pose, option to take a supported bridge where you can just slide a block under your hips. Otherwise, start to peel the spine one vertebrae at a time as you lift your hips up. Now I like to shimmy my shoulders to support my neck and to create a lift through the heart. Draw the knees forward and squeeze your thigh bones inwards. So there's going to be sensation through your glutes, although you're trying to keep them somewhat relaxed, but you're engaging all the posterior muscles here of your back body. You're allowing for the front line of your body, your hip flexors, your quads, your chest, your throat to open. Take another breath in, lift a little higher. And then exhale, release your spine all the way down. Sweet Shavasana, extend your legs out. Extend your arms away from your body, close your eyes. Palms up. And again, just shimmy your shoulders under your chest, so that heart can still be lifted. Now close your eyes or allow your eyelids to be heavy. Allow for all the merits of this practice to settle into your body. Feel the balance of your energies, that calmness with the energy that you just created. Let your breath flow naturally. Feel the lower half of your body really becoming heavy. As you allow yourself to become into a state of sweet nothingness, holding on to nothing. begin to bring awareness back into the breath, back into the physical body, moving your toes, your fingers. Reach your arms all the way over your head, full body stretch like it's just waking up for the second time today. And then either side, come into your fetal pose, bend your knees, rest onto your lower arm. And you begin into your day. With gratitude for yourself, for showing up on your mat, and gratitude for the gift of this practice. Press into your top hand and then slowly rise. Come to seated. Find your sitting bones, your tall spine. And then inhale, extend your arms, let the hands gather. And then release your thumbs to your third eye, that space between your eyebrow center. And may the decisions you take today come from this place. Lower your hands to your lips. May the words you speak be life-changing for others. Lower your hands to your heart. And lower your chin to your heart. And now lift the heart into the hands. May you be kind, grateful, respectful, compassionate, and loving in all that you do today. There's a bright light that shines in all of us. And it is from this place that I bow in honor to each and every one of you. Namaste.